So I just thought I'd make a quick video about the Pokemon Go update. First of all, I want to just say I don't consider Pokemon Go a game. I would cite Total Biscuit's definition of a game and indicate that it has no actual fail state. A Pokemon running away because of RNG is not a fail state. Let's talk about the list of mistakes that Niantic have gone through in the brief time Pokemon Go has been out. Speaking specifically of the last update, they removed tracking from the game, the 3-step thing. That was their core mechanic. Okay, it was the only feedback you got as to where a Pokemon might be. Removing third-party apps that fix the problems that your game actually has is not a smart decision. A video game needs feedback, it needs an aim, it needs a goal. Taking away the only opportunity you have to tell someone if they're doing the right thing is not good. A lot of people agree with the closing down of these third-party apps that show you exactly where the Pokemon are because they call it cheating. Although true to an extent, that's not really an argument because Pokemon Go is, in essence, a single-player game. If somebody wants to cheat in single-player mode in a game, nobody's going to bag them for it. The fact that this has some form of online does not make it a multiplayer game. You can talk about gyms or future trading all you want. Being able to find a Pokemon in the wild does not affect that at all. This 3-step tracking was removed due to server issues that Niantic were going through. They said so many people decided to play Pokemon Go that we can't keep up. Well, what do they expect to happen for a very, very major IP that is beloved by millions, obviously? You've got a plan for this many people to join. Saying you got more people than expected is not an excuse, especially when you staggered the release of it. Common excuses that fans, or fanatics even, give for Pokemon Go include it's in its first few months. So we shouldn't be as harsh on it. If the game was a year old, then we wouldn't be, complaining like this. Or maybe we should be complaining if it was a year old. In that case, don't release an unfinished game. It happens time and time again with things like early access, whatever other stuff. Don't release an unfinished game. It's as simple as that. If you're not ready to release it, don't release it, especially if it's a free-to-play game. People say that without proper tracking is how the game is meant to be played. In every single other Pokemon game, to catch them all, people will use Google or hacks or whatever. It doesn't really matter what. That's because it's a single-player thing to do. To say that walking around aimlessly, trying to find that one Pokemon in your area, is how it's meant to be played, is just outright wrong. There needs to be some kind of feedback. You need to know, you need to have some idea of where the Pokemon is. Imagine playing League and you didn't know how much gold you were on until you returned to base. Imagine driving a car and you couldn't actually see the lights. In both cases, sure, occasionally you'll get lucky. More often than not, you're going to be wrong. The last excuse, it's not even an excuse. What you hear a lot in not only Pokemon Go, but in a lot of games is, if you don't like it, don't play it. Yes, that's 100% true. Agree totally. However, this is usually said in response to someone criticizing the game. If there is only positive comments on a game, that defeats the entire purpose of a critique. It needs to be both sides. You need to see the good and the bad. Most people are completely polarized. This video is actually quite negative, though I have had some fun with Pokemon Go in my own time. In short, whoever is in charge of making the decisions in regards to Pokemon Go seriously needs to rethink what they're doing. Every decision they make seems to just do something the complete opposite of what is intuitive to any gamer. They also need to actually talk to their fans. If you look on their Twitter, I think they had 250 tweets. Most of the recent ones were Pokemon Go has been launched in whatever country. You need more than that. You need to talk to your fans, see what they actually want, rather than going, oh no, our servers are being strained, let's remove the most vital part of the game. And finally, you need to actually make it a game. I've called it a game throughout this entire video, just because it's kind of reflexive. And that's what it has so much potential to actually be. A great augmented reality video game. They need to add something, Pokemon battles, some kind of quest, if they want it to be a game. At the moment, it's a gimmick with very little actually to it. Otherwise, they can just have it as stamp collecting as it already is. Thank you everyone for watching, hope you enjoyed the video.